see.
All right, cool.
It's not showing me on here, but okay. Oh, I see.
Ah, there we go.
There we go.
I thought you were hiding from me.
That was my fault. So, please tell us how this role came about for you.
Yeah, so we started production, I think February 2021. And when they brought the script over, originally my character was speaking in broken English. And I read it and I thought it would be interesting if we changed the dynamic, especially with Felix and Alfonso.
Mhm.
Uh, Given their first language is Spanish, I thought it'd be interesting if we did their parts all in Spanish, and when we interacted with the other characters, that's when we were able to speak English, or in my case, broken English.
Mhm.
So we changed the whole script in Spanish,
Wow.
and then we started production, and yeah, the rest was history. It was, I think 1 month shoot, and it was such an amazing time.
And so how did the audition go for you? Did you have to audition or did you know the people already?
Oh no, I got a call from, John, and yeah, and we just we chatted about the project. I read the script, and when I read the script, it was like, you read a lot of scripts in this industry, and sometimes it might take like 2 or 3 sessions to finish reading. But this one, as soon as I picked it up, it was like off the bat, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh shit, like this could be a really great film right here.
So were you surprised when you read it that you were the only quote unquote good guy in the movie?
I know, right?
Hombre.
A lot of bad hombres in this movie. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was sort of playing like I guess you could say like the before a person turns bad, I guess you can say. But it's interesting because you can see in every character
Mhm.
the reason of their being, the reason
Right.
why they turned bad, right? In Alfonso's case, he lost his daughter, his son, his wife, and you can see sort of the switch up, right, in his character. But you can still see that he wants to be good, and he
Right.
sort of makes up for that at the very end.
Yeah, no, this works out well. So tell us about your character, Felix. Felix.
Yeah, so Felix is a young undocumented immigrant coming into the United States in search of a better life, so he can take care of his family back home. And in this quest, what he thinks he picks up a normal day's work, you could say, well, it actually turns into a day of survival. And throughout the whole movie, a lot of hidden secrets and buried truths are revealed. And it's a really exciting thriller.
Yeah, I liked it. It was definitely one of those edge of your seat kind of movies.
Yeah.
So were you already fluent in Spanish before the movie?
I was like, being Latino in the United States, growing up, in an area more dominantly where English is spoken, Spanish comes in and it comes out. So I'd like to
Mhm.
say I speak Spanglish, right? Uh, but for this movie, I definitely was studying like crazy. I brought my father on set with me, and
Oh,
he was sort of coaching me throughout my Spanish and throughout my acting too. He's a good dad, and he's a good coach too.
that's nice. And did you do anything towards trying to make your Spanish sound like you were from Ecuador or?
So in all honesty, that's a very great question. In all honesty, uh yeah, my character was coming in from Ecuador, and I coached with my primo from Ecuador as well to pick up that dialect. However, I made it a choice because he's coming into the United States from the border of Mexico.
Mhm.
And his cousin, Oscar, at the beginning of the movie, played by Steven Villegas, I made it a choice that he'd been living in Mexico for some time now, right? It's not just a smooth trip.
Right.
Ecuador is
Sure.
very, very, very far away. So I made it a subtle choice that his accent, he had almost picked up a Mexican accent a little bit, more so
Okay.
than I could have done the Ecuadorian accent, but in all honesty, um, just I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting to
Hmm.
to sort of have that there.
And most people probably couldn't tell anyway, so.
Well, I appreciate that. I could tell because I'm very like critical of myself, but
Uh,
yeah.
so I think it's fair to say that compared to most of the other actors featured in this film, that you're relatively inexperienced. So did you learn a lot from working on this film with so many experienced actors?
You know, Tyrese Gibson, Hemke Madera, Luke Hemsworth, Nick Cassavetes, Thomas Jane, Paul Johansson. They definitely, man, those guys have years on me. I think they were acting since before I was born.
Oh,
I
I'm sure.
barely got into this in 2018, right? So I definitely picked up a lot of knowledge working off these guys, and even just simply seeing how they work and how they navigate on set. I learned a lot. And you know, honestly, they inspired me a lot. So I'm excited to see what the next 20 years of my career unfold.
Oh, good. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that too. I especially like Luke Hemsworth's character because he was so funny.
Yeah, no, he's hilarious. He's a good guy in person, so he's very funny.
I think they should have made another Thor brother and made him the bad Thor brother.
Oh yeah. That was
Worse than
hilarious.
Loki. So do you have any fun behind the scenes stories to share with us?
Behind the scenes. So I yeah, so every time I take my dad out, because I take my dad out to every set that I do. My dad's always trying to like stay, you know, go have fun and whatnot. So I saw that there was a university next to us and that they were having a college game, a college basketball game. Actually, my dad told me, he was like, "Hey, they have a basketball game. I want to go. Can you get us seats?" And I was like, I don't know, maybe let me check in with my friend because I always call my friend. I'm like, "Hey, can you call this place and try to get us seats there?" Anyway, I did that for my dad and for some of the cast of the movie and some of the producers. And when we went to this I think it was New Mexico versus Las Cruces versus La Sierra basketball game, I believe. And when we went down there, you know, they put us in the very front. I brought my father, I brought the
Oh,
team from the
nice.
movie, and then the whole crowd was just going crazy. We ended up having to get escorted out of there, but yeah, it was a good time, nice time.
Oh, that's cool. So did you have anything else that you're working on or coming out that you can tell us about or?
Yeah, 100%. So, you know, obviously Bad Hombres out January 26th. Just finished up we just released Muzzle as well. Knights of the Zodiac on Netflix. Right now I'm working on an exciting boxing movie as well, an action film. And I'm also doing a horror film. It'll be one of the first movies that I produce. And
Oh,
we're developing a great team behind that. And right now, I'm currently trying to open up an in-person acting studio. Right now, I have a 100% online acting studio where I teach anyone and everyone from all around the world how to do essentially what I've done and do. But I want to do it in person. I think this virtual stuff is awesome. I love it. It's nice I get to meet people like you. But I think at the end of the day, we're human beings and we need that human on human
sure.
in-person
I,
connection.
I
So
completely
that's my next
understand. Yeah.
operation, to open up a in-person acting studio.
That's great. Yeah, I tried on an online class and I was like, nah, I don't like this. Not the same.
It's not, yeah. I hear you.
So, anything else that you'd like to tell everyone about the movie?
Check out Bad Hombres, out January 26th, and yeah, it'll have you on the edge of your seats.
Okay, yeah, you definitely look like you all look like you had fun doing that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. I got to grow out my beard, so that was
Oh,
fun.
yeah, right. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.